what's the word, like digital? Like electronic music? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Issadora Ava. I was born in San Diego, California, but I spent the last couple of years in Tampa, Florida. My style of music, it crosses multiple genres. Like, I can have a song that people would consider electronic, but then I also have a song that could be acoustic and indie pop, and I don't know, I just feel like nowadays genres are constantly interconnected. So to put my music in a box just doesn't feel right. I grew up in a very musically inclined family. I had a dad who was a guitarist, my sister is a cellist, and my mom's a pianist. And I kind of picked up almost all those instruments on my own and self-taught everything I know now. But I also grew up in the entertainment industry, and I was a child actor, so kind of being in that environment. I remember when I was 12, I was in a show in New York, and the lyricist of the show saw me playing the drums and then like moving to different instruments in the orchestra, like to the piano and stuff, and he told me like, oh, if you're a musician, you should consider songwriting. And after that moment, I just tried to create lyrics, and I was constantly writing little notes and like thoughts for lyrics on my phone, and now it's just become something that feels natural. I think the people in my life. My music, I would say, is very personal. So if I'm not doing well in my personal life and I don't have a good support system, I don't think it'll show in my music. Or I think it'll show in my music. Usually my number one inspiration and like supporters are like my mom or my girlfriend or my sister, like, and all the friends that I go to class with. All these people are constantly checking up on me and making sure that I'm happy doing what I love, and I'm always going to wish the same for them. It's my first time working with a record label, student-run record label, but I've never had this much support in my music. I think this past couple months working on this EP alone was being in the studio till past midnight so many nights and just learning how to produce music in elements outside my comfort zone, because I was so used to creating and writing in my room, and now I'm like in a recording studio and I have people who are marketing and releasing all my music, and I've never had such a supportive team promote me and have hope for me. Usually it's just been myself and like my mom and to have so many people back me up and I don't know, make it seem like I can make a career out of this and I can keep doing what I love. I think it was just such a turning point in my life and in my music. I think this EP, particularly the songs that I wrote about, they were a lot softer than what I've talked about in my other releases in the past. I think I spoke towards my emotional side in this, and I think a lot of people in the past told me I constantly wrote about sad things and like breakups, and that's never what I was going for, but I don't know, this is the first EP and like just songs where I ever talked about being in love, and I don't know, making it so personal that I felt so vulnerable to release these. But the songs that I felt so vulnerable in, everyone is saying like they can relate to so much, and I think that was the goal at the end of the day. Knowing when to mix and introduce like synthesizers and like electronic music in a way into the music I like, because I feel like nowadays it's so easy to produce drums and make it sound real, or produce a guitar and make it sound real, and then like honestly it takes a lot more time and effort to record acoustic in an acoustic setting and like actual instruments. So to be able to kind of use this new technology, it's a lot easier, but it doesn't always produce that authentic sound. So it's kind of knowing when to balance those two. I think technology has helped me experiment with my sound, because I'm only 19. I feel like I don't have a very strong sound that I'm confident with yet. I think the sound from my first EP is so different from the sound that I have in this new EP, and I'm still learning about who I am as a musician and what feels right, what makes me confident. And I can't promise that the next EP or album that I release will sound similar, sound the same, but I think that technology helps me grow so much and learn so much, not just as a songwriter and artist, but as a producer. The last song I listened to was Intentions by Justin Bieber. Song's been stuck in my head all day. Such a good song. From that list, I would say vinyls, but if I can add something on there, it would be cassettes. I have 2 cassettes of, it was like one of the first times I like talked to my mom, and I have it in a little box. And the first time my sister talked to me, and I don't know, I always go back to those things. I go back to something that like we don't use anymore. Like vinyl's coming back, but I don't think cassette is something that's like as popular. And like I see pictures of like my family members wearing like little headphones and having a little cassette player on their hip and stuff, and I think that looks so cool. Like I would love for that to come back.